Are you having fun with your parents in town? Because you've played 3 great ball games.
Yeah, it's always nice having the family in town and just getting able to hang out with them and everything. So, you know, you're always going to hopefully play better with them in town.
Well, I was going to ask you, you don't get fired up more for one situation or another situation because you're always fired up to play. But it must be nice, the feeling that you have that your dad and mom are seeing you play so well this week.
Yeah, you know, I just, no matter what the game is, I try and stay even-keeled. But, you know, it's just nice seeing them before the game and after the game and everything. So, you know, I'm glad they were able to make it out here finally.
Great game tonight. You scored what turned out to be the winning run. Take us through that whole situation and what you remember of it.
I think that was the walk, wasn't it? Yeah. You know, I've been seeing the ball pretty good now. I've got a few walks lately. So, you know, nothing really to it. I'm just trying to get on base any way I can and just put runs on the board. And luckily, they're pretty scarce today. So, luckily, it was all we needed.
So when you were on second and Tyler hit it on the ground, there was never any thought in your mind you weren't going home?
Oh, no. I mean, there was 2 outs, so I was just turning no matter what. So, you know, with 1 out, it might be a little different, but with 2, you got to go.
You talk about seeing the ball real well. You've had a tremendous series in the last 2 games. The walks have been as important as the hits, but you've had your share of hits. What is it for a ball player when he gets kind of into that groove? How do you get there?
If I knew how I got there, I'd be in the big leagues. But you know, I don't know why sometimes you're feeling good and why other times you don't. You know, I guess the key is to try and feel good more often than you don't. So, you know, I don't have the answer.
You have a situation now with this team with Brock at the top of the lineup and you at 9. It looks like you almost have 2 leadoff hitters. The way you play, the way you run the bases, the patient hitting that you both have. Would you say that's accurate?
Yeah, and, you know, I think Rick he likes to do it like that. So, you know, it just starts back up if we're at the bottom, you know. I think he'd rather have me there than Lou there because, you know, Lou's not your traditional leadoff kind of guy. But, you know, it's been working out for us, obviously. You've been winning games. So, you know, you can't argue with the results.
Congratulations on a great game.
Appreciate it, Scott.
You've raised the batting average up over 300. You've done exactly what everybody expected. They knew you would hit eventually. You got it together. What's been the difference?
I think just trusting myself, you know, trusting my approach at the plate, you know, understanding what pitchers are trying to do to me and what I'm trying to do in the box and trying to make those mesh together and work. And I struggled a little bit at first. You know, the changing of the leagues from last year to this year was the transition's a lot different. You know, I was facing, you know, AA, you know, almost big league ready arms, and it's a lot different. But, you know, these pitchers here pitched me tough for a long time, and I'm finally starting to understand what they're trying to do and putting it together.
They also say in this league, and you were here in Kansas with Kansas City, they kind of pitch backwards on you. Does it take a while to kind of get used to that?
It does, actually. You know, it does. You know, the big thing in affiliated ball is guys want to establish the fastball. You know, every organization, every pitcher, every team wants to establish the fastball. You know, you get 2-0 fastballs. They try to tell their pitchers to locate them down and away. That way, when these guys get to the big leagues, they can do that. They know how to do it already. The pressure isn't, okay, I got to make a perfect pitch because they already know how to make that pitch. So it's a little different. You know, guys here, you know, you see a lot of hitters counts, you see a lot of off speed, you see, you know, things where they want to get you antsy and try to do too much. And it's definitely a transition period, and I feel like I'm finally through that.
You showed your time spent in the gym tonight because you muscled that hit in the 8th inning. It was a bit of a flare, but they're starting to drop in for you.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you got to have a little bit of luck on your side too. You can't hit the ball hard all the time, obviously, and you know, to be fortunate enough to get a hit in that situation, even though it wasn't necessarily what I was trying to do, but you know, hats off to him. You know, he threw a good fastball middle in, had some good run, a lot of life, and was able to blow me up. Fortunately, I got enough bat on it to get it out there, and that's part of the game. Sometimes that happens. Congratulations
on the way this team is playing, but I have to say more than anything else is you've just had 8 sweeps now this season, and you've won 5 games in a row when you had to win them. This team is a team that's loose, but it's a team that settles in once the game starts.
Oh, yeah, you know, we like to have our fun. You know, I'm sure you guys have all seen our videos. We enjoy ourselves. You know, if you let baseball beat you up, it can very quickly. You know, you got to stay loose, have fun. Yeah, you got to stay loose and have fun. And when you cross those white lines, it's a different mentality. You know, we have a lot of guys who understand how to keep off-field stuff, and on-field stuff, and credit to our team for that.
Congratulations.
Thank you.